Hey everybody, this is C. Muron and Mrs. C. Muron. We're here today to talk about her National Park commemorative quarter collection that she's got going. So I'm gonna give it to her. She's gonna tell you a little bit about her progression, and she's gonna go from there, and then I'll jump in at another time. Mrs. C. Muron, the floor is yours.
Hey guys, how you doing? I have a very personal connection to the National Park Service.
This is the center of the
with my family having been a part of the Park Service more than my lifetime, which is more than 50 years. We'll just leave it at that and not get exact. Anyway, brief real history. Grand Canyon is probably my favorite national park. My grandfather was superintendent there for many, many years. So the progression of books, I bought the Warman's National Park Quarters book, which is not, while I'm collecting, was a great book. It's empty now because I've kind of moved them to a different book, which I'll show you in a second. And I definitely recommend this as a beginning collection. Not something that I wanted to keep them in permanently, but for collecting, it was great. So the next one I went to was a Whitman coin folder, National Park Quarter. It's a pretty book, looks nice, deluxe edition. Here lies the problem. You see that quarter? That fell out. And you see, these do not stay in. They don't fit in here very well. So I was kind of unhappy with this book, and I definitely am not going to recommend this book to anyone, which is why we went to the next step. And that next step, this actually comes in two books, one of which I've opened already, the other one I have not. This is the America's National Park Commemorative Quarters Archival Quality Books.
Say that 3 times fast.
No, I heard Sam saying it once.
Yes.
So these books, they come with the plastic sleeves, and then they have a spot for the P, the D, the silver proof, S proof, and a silver proof, which I don't have any of, or I don't think I do. So we're going to look at those and see about collecting them. So I'm going to start transferring these over from one book to the other, and then we will show where we're at when we get that done.
Okay, now when you open up these books and you see them, and she's going to open this other one up in front of you, the first thing you notice, it comes with a set of gloves, and she's going to put those gloves on this time so she can get used with it. We put the other one in a Ziploc for me to use it another time. But these are from Littleton, and I'm not gonna knock Littleton. These are $27 each. But these are the closest thing to a Dansco album that I've seen out there that I kind of like these. So we'll probably end up with transitioning slowly to all of our books to these. Now you're gonna see when we do this that a lot of our coins are circulated. We just got these. Most of these were taken from.
Comes with nice white
gloves. Nice pair of white gloves, like she's showing you. She's going to put those on as soon as she puts coins in. And it also comes with this nice envelope that she's going to pull out, which has all the plastic pieces in here. All right, and Littleton, and also take that first sheet out before you.
I will.
All right, so you got thin plastic, got little paper to keep them from getting scratched between each other, so you can slide that in and out. Now they're not as thick, I'm sure, as a Dansco album, but these are going to do nicely. So each page that you see, go ahead.
It does recommend taking each page out when you're filling them and then putting them back in the book once they're filled. So I'm going to follow their directions.
All right, so she read the directions, which a lot of us won't necessarily do, and she's going to do it this way. All right, so bring that piece of plastic to the camera and turn it sideways a little bit so we can see the thickness. Right, put it right over here. All right, this is not super thick, but it's thick enough to hold the coins back. So what she's going to do is slide it right into the slot. There should just slide right in to the back. You pull there's 3 cardboard pieces it looks like in there, and you just slide that piece all the way down.
And this will hold them.
And it should hold it. And it should have just a little tiny, there we go, just a little tiny finger hole.
So
that way you can put the coins in and she'll have a second sheet to put on top. All right, so she's going to go ahead and load all 3. And then we'll get back to you and we'll have her do some coins and then load the top sheet. Okay? Okay, she just said that it does say to put them round side down. So that makes sense to me because that way it's going to have your square end out. So that way you get it all straight. Now she's slowly pushing this in. Why is that going there? Is that right? How are you going to pull that back out?
Well, it's got a little finger thing right here.
Okay.
But see, then there's no... I don't know if there's room for 3.
How does the middle work?
Well,
Let's look at this and get right back to you. All right, we figured it out. There's a small one and a wide one. We didn't state that in the instructions, but
which I did read.
But when you're looking at it, and I asked if there's a wider one, she looked at me like I was crazy, and then pulled this thing out, and look, there's a wider one. So yep, crazy wins.
You can leave it out.
All right, I'll leave it out then. So crazy wins this time. Yay, crazy. Yep, crazy.
Well, that works much better.
That makes more sense too.
It says here, kind of works better. There we go. It's a good tight fit. I'm having a little issue with this particular slide because there's a piece on the edge of that plastic that's yeah, I just have to ease it through each one. Having a problem with this last one. It doesn't want to go past it. All right, we got that one in there now. So now there's a back on all of them. So we'll be able to fill this and then put the front pieces in. Hopefully that'll go a little easier.
All right, she's gonna be right back with the first coins that she pulls out of her National Park book and be ready to put them in with her gloves. Be right back.
All right,
there you go, talk.
These seem to go in pretty nicely. They fit pretty well in here. Just a little bit of pressure sets them down in. So they seem to go in there pretty well so far.
All right, she just put in the Oregon Mount Hood. So she's gonna go ahead and put these all in for this page and get back to us when it's time to slide the plastic over the top. All right, so we're putting in the top now. She just definitely finished this page. She's kind of disappointed because she thought she had more of this, but I keep telling her she went from just collecting whichever coin she could find to collecting P's and D's and specialties.
Yeah, and it just slides over the top of them.
It slides right over the top of them. Just nice and slow, and you'll be able to pull it out.
It does have the little
thumb grabber
where you can pull them. But now these coins are covered both front and back.
So this, later on when she goes ahead and gets all of her coins and upgrades the ones, because a lot of these are from coin rolls and car wash and pocket change and stuff like that. So a lot of these aren't your best coins, so as she upgrades, she'll be able to slide them back out and go ahead and update it. All right, so that's how this goes. It looks like the initial setup's a little difficult, a little time consuming, but what else is coin hunting for than consuming up time, idle time? So we'll definitely get back with you when we're done with this first book and let you check it out.
Hang on.
What? She hasn't quite got it straight all the way in yet. I guess she wants to show you the page when it's all together.
It got a neck on the corner.
Okay,
like the other one did. No, I'm
just gonna say pop it open.
That's what I was using my nails for.
Your nails are thicker than the knife tip.
Yeah, you do got to be very careful with this plastic because it got a little nick right there. All right, I'm gonna work on that later. But there's the first page. Don't pay attention to that just yet. But yeah, it is a little disappointing because I thought I had more of these than I do. But I know further pages are going to be fuller because the early years I didn't have a lot. But the later years I have or had complete sets before we're adding the proofs and the silver. So that's what that looks like. We'll be back with you when I get everything in and we'll take a run through them.
All right, so she's put everything in. She's going to pull out her her uncirculated Tuskegee Airmen that were bought for $1 each off of Littleton. Like I said, sometimes when you live out in the country, it's easier to just put your glove on. Thank you. Sometimes it's easier, rather than wait 7 years for this coin to get here, it was easier for me to just go ahead and order it off of Littleton for $1. So she'll be able to put this in. This will fill up that part of her book. She won't have a lot. She definitely went through and realized she has a lot to go now. And to finish this series, this set of books, but we'll come back and check them out in the future when she gets done. So the one you pulled is a P. So go ahead and put that in the P slot. And she's going to go ahead and get the other one. She's using a little knife.
Top or bottom? Oh, never mind. I already know the answer.
You already know that answer. Don't ask me. All right. So thoughts on the Littleton. I'm going to let her start, and I'm going to give my thoughts afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and let her talk about it once she gets it all put together. And then we'll go from there, and I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Okay. Let me get this book back straight. These are a little tight when you're moving these pages around.
That top binder clip isn't sitting right there. Look at the page adjusted right now. Okay.
You do have to move them carefully, I will say that. However, going through these pages and filling them, I am really liking the way this book looks. So this is the first book, and then we didn't use the second one at all yet because that's for the proof sets and the silvers and all of that. So looking through this, I definitely don't have as many as I thought I did. There's more opportunities in this book than there are in the others that I had. But I'm really, really liking this. I really like the...
Keep pulling that binder clip when you're going across.
Let's see. Not set well.
Well, you got to pull straight and even.
Yeah, so I'm very much liking this and liking the way it looks, and you know, for a collection. There's definitely some in here that I will upgrade along the way, as well as start to work on filling this book and the second one, which on further inspection, we realize that volume 2 is 2016 to 2021. However, it has the P, the D, the proof, and the silver proof. And those were only made from 2016 through 2021. So that will be additional regular years, you know, 2016 P and D, and then we'll hopefully come across the proofs and silver proofs for this book.
However, what we're talking about doing is let that be our circulated set, the first one, because most of the coins we've gotten from circulate, and let work on an uncirculated set for the second one. So
because the second one does not have 2010 to 2015.
And she also has to purchase the silver proofs and the proof sets for the quarters to get those.
Right. So all in all, I'm very happy with these books. I think they are very nice looking, as well as, you know, protecting the coins, labeling what they are. It's, you know, all done for you by year, by state, by park. So I'm very happy with these, and I would definitely recommend, if you're collecting National Park commemorative quarters, to take a look at these books from Littleton's.
Okay, now this is my take on these. Now these books are by far better than what we've been using, so that's my first thing I'm going to say about them. Second, they're being produced or you still have access to buy them at a fairly price, a decent price, unlike a lot of the Dansko albums, which you have to catch, and some of those are $70, $80 or more.
Yeah, these were $27.
These are $27 a book. But if you look at it, one of the things that you're going to do, and we'll get better at this every time, when you're looking at them, you have to pay particularly close attention to which ones, where the breaks are on these pages, so that way you know to put sometimes the 2 pieces on the top, sometimes the 3 pieces on the top. You also have to take your time when you're putting in the second sheet, when you're putting the overlay, because if your coin's not seated down well enough, you can hang up the plastic sheet right there. And you can also, if you end up with a nick or something on there, or just slightly off center, you can actually tear the page as you're pushing it through, which I did on this page, because she was talking to me and I got distracted, and naturally I put a little tiny tear. You can't really see it. Yeah. The other thing that they could have done better, in my opinion, is the ring here. As you see, it's very, very tight to go around. So if you want to look at this stuff and you want to flip through it and show somebody fast, it's definitely not set up for that. You have to kind of make sure you go slow and go across there. See, this ring right here wants to pull up. So overall quality, I'd give it probably a 4 out of 5. It does have some assembly issues, but that's just a matter of, we've never done one of these types of books before, and I'll know better the next time what I need to do. Probably should assemble it completely before you put any coins in, both sides of paper. That way you get the opportunity for that to slide all the way in without there being any coins in it, to hang yourself up. Would be my recommendation, and how I'll do the next one and give it a try. But overall, would I buy these again? Most certainly. And matter of fact, I'm probably going to upgrade my coins to these as well. My pennies and my quarters that I have, my nickels, all that stuff will probably eventually be in these. I do like them. They are good. All right. So that's us. This is Cimarron.
And Mrs. Cimarron. Peace.
Peace, dollar out. All right, well, that's definitely the way to do it. Put them together with no coins in them completely. That way they all go in without causing any damage. Open up all the spots that you need. Now, when something we were talking about was these pages. When you're moving these pages around, they recommend that you actually hold them from the top and the bottom. I can't do it right now because I got my phone in my hand. This is just a quick one. They actually recommend you grab from the top and the bottom, pull them straight up, and then go over like that, and then slide them forward with 2 hands. And that makes sense because these books are going to hold a lot of coins, and some of these pages will get heavy, especially on some of the other books. Right now we've left the sheets in that say talk about the coin albums as a cover sheet. We might take them out. I don't know. So we've definitely got archive quality books now for that set of quarters, and definitely appreciate these. These are good. We can't let Littletons fail, so some of the stuff that they get, we need to support them with, because where else are we going to get our deals from that we're taking advantage of? And you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, well, that's me again. Cimarron. Peace, dollar out.